Welcome back to RetroSupply, home of brushes, textures, and tutorials that turn your art struggles into happy accidents. Today we're covering a topic that's scarier to beginners than a blank canvas and a deadline: perspective. And before you fling your stylus across the room and Google easy perspective hacks, no vanishing points, please take a deep breath. You're not gonna die. Yet. We're keeping it simple today. 1 point perspective. This lesson is the first step in my ultimate goal to get you to draw in perspective intuitively. Like it's second nature, like muscle memory. Kind of like saying you too when the waiter tells you to enjoy your meal and then living with that shame forever. So buckle up, Buttercup. By the end of this, you'll know how to draw a box in space. A real box. The kind of box that makes other boxes whisper, "Dang." And once you can draw a box, you can draw literally anything. Cars, storefronts, coffins for your bad drawings. It all starts with a box. So let's dive in. Planes. No, not those ones. When we talk about planes, we're just breaking an object down to its flat sides. A cube, for example, has a front plane, a top plane, and a side plane. Each plane faces a different direction in space. Perspective affects how much of each one you see. Think of planes as the building blocks that tell your viewer this shape has depth, not just height and width. Let's talk about the holy trinity of 3D drawing: X, Y, and Z. These are the imaginary axes we use to describe space. X is side to side, width. Y is up and down, height. And Z is front to back, depth. Imagine you're holding a cube. If you move it side to side, that's X. Lift it up and down, that's Y. Push it away or pull it towards you, that's Z. Now imagine rotating it. Around the X and Y axis, it's kind of like a rotisserie chicken. Around the Z axis, it's like spinning a record on a turntable. Understanding this is what makes your flat drawings feel like they actually live in space. Without it, your art is basically flat stickers on a notebook. But with it, boom, you're building worlds. Next up, we got the horizon line. It's where the ground kisses the sky and where your drawing starts to finally make sense. But here's the twist. It's also a cinematic storytelling weapon. A high horizon makes it feel like you're looking down on everything. Straight up God mode. And a low horizon flips it, so you're looking up, like a kid lost at a tall person convention. And if you really want chaos, tilt that horizon. Instant unease, instant drama. Basically how I feel 90% of the time. In 1 point perspective, the horizon line sets the viewer's eye level. So put it where you want the viewer to feel like they're standing. Are they a bird? A giant? Or just some guy stuck looking at people's ankles because he's having a little mentee bee and he's stuck in the fetal position? And here's a pro tip. Before you draw anything, figure out your horizon line. It's your anchor, your rock, your artistic emotional support beam. In 1 point perspective, all lines that go into depth, the Z-axis, converge at a single point on the horizon line. That's it. That's the rule. That's why it's called 1 point perspective, because there's one vanishing point. Here's something important to know. If lines are going side to side or up and down, they stay perfectly parallel. But if they're going into the distance, they head straight to that vanishing point. It's basically like a cosmic funnel. No matter where the lines begin, they all get sucked into the same black hole on the horizon. Don't just sit there nodding along like you understand. We're gonna draw a box. First, draw your horizon line. Next, place your vanishing point somewhere on it. Now, draw the front faces of your boxes, just a square or a rectangle. From each corner of that shape, draw lines back towards the vanishing point. And finally, close off the box by drawing the back edges, parallel to the front face. And by the way, guys, I'm using the 6B pencil from the Boring Friends starter pack. I'm also using a sweet little paper texture so my retinas don't melt. This one's from the Paperboy Paper Texture Bundle. You can grab both of these products along with a bunch of other cool stuff over at RetroSupply.co. Alright, plug over. Boom. You now have a 3D box in 1-point perspective. I'm so proud of you, I might cry. Or throw up. It's hard to tell. And here's a pro tip. Don't press too hard. Boxes are like bad haircuts. You'll go through a couple ugly phases before landing on something decent. Here's the magic. Once you know how to do one box, you can stack them, rotate them, carve them out, stretch them. Suddenly that box is a computer or a fridge or a tall, tasty can of your favorite energy drink. Delicious.
Nice.
Now, let's say you don't want to do all this manually. I got some good news for you lazy cowards. Procreate has perspective assist tools that do a ton of this for you. First, go to Actions, Canvas, Drawing Guide, then Edit Drawing Guide. Select Perspective and tap to place your vanishing point. Toggle on Drawing Assist for any layer you want to use with it. Now when you draw, your lines will automatically snap towards that vanishing point like magic. This is great when you already have a good grasp on perspective and just want to get something on the page fast. And let's be real, sometimes speed is everything. Nobody wants to spend 3 hours trying to draw a bookshelf straight. Time to sketch something a bit more real. Let's block out a dingy sci-fi apartment bedroom using 1-point perspective. First, I'll do a loose thumbnail of my scene. I like to start with some freehand work, just to get my ideas blocked in before getting into any scary perspective stuff. Next, I'll decide on my horizon line and vanishing point, and lock them in with the Procreate perspective guide. I start with big boxy shapes like walls, windows, furniture. Everything that recedes into space goes to that vanishing point. Now I add smaller details like vents and shelves. Just remember, horizontal and vertical lines stay put. Depth lines go to the vanishing point. This part can be messy. Think of it like brainstorming with your pencil. You're just getting the vibe down, not doing your taxes. Once your layout feels solid, we can go over it with cleaner lines. I'm gonna tighten up my shapes, round things out so it doesn't look like Minecraft, add detail, and keep everything locked into that vanishing point. And here's a pro tip. Remember that photo bashing lesson from a couple of weeks ago? Same idea here. Once you've got your object's planes laid out, grab a photo, drop it in, and use Procreate's distort tool to warp it into perspective. Boom. Instant microwave. No decade-long apprenticeship in drawing tiny buttons at weird angles. Adding these smaller details is what makes your sketch look intentional and believable, and not like it was made of Lego. Alright, time to lock in my line work, splash some color on, and maybe add some characters to this bad boy. And hey, you're invited to watch it all unfold, but here's the toll at the gate. You gotta smash those YouTube buttons. Like, subscribe, sacrifice a goat to the algorithm, whatever makes Mr. YouTube happy. Then, when you're done flexing your mouse finger, head on over to RetroSupply.co. We've got brushes, textures, fonts, and tutorials stacked higher than your art school debt. All designed to patch that vintage art-shaped hole in your heart. Let's roll the time-lapse. Whoa, mad on the time-lapse. Crazy. I just wanted to walk through a few things while this plays. I gotta say, man, 1-point perspective is fun. It's super easy. I built this whole scene using Procreate's perspective tools. They are a total godsend. The scene does feel a little bare without characters though. That's why you'll see me drop a few after I cleaned up the background. I don't usually work that way, but it made sense for the video. Normally I wouldn't bother drawing the stuff I know I'm just gonna erase later. So before I sketched, I placed one of the paper textures from the Paperboy bundle, and then after my clean sketch, I inked it with my favorite brush, the dry fountain pen from the standard pen spec, and then I hit it with some Color Lab. I am so addicted to Color Lab, guys. It's so satisfying, and yeah, it all came together really nicely. I love how this scene turned out. Alright, you brave little box gremlin. You made it. And here's my advice. Perspective isn't about being perfect. It's about understanding space well enough to fake it convincingly. Even the pros fudge perspective all the time. You just need to know the rules before you break them. And if this helped untangle your brain spaghetti, do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. We're diving deeper into perspective in a future video. And hey, if you want some brushes that actually feel like they are made by people who understand this stuff, check out our full lineup at RetroSupply.co. Alright, go forth and draw some boxes until your wrist cries. Happy creating.